by these truckers, okay? And the original guy that came up to me, he was an Arab. He was Persian. He actually quoted, so I'm gonna, well, whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And, he was the first contact that I had with a trucker, and he befriended me. He came in with this big smile, and I'm desperate here. I've been on the, stuck at the rest area for 3 days trying to find a ride home, and he just looked welcoming, right? And,
Yeah.
And I said, hey, you got a good smile. You seem really nice. And you headed to Sacramento, by the way. And he goes, no. He's like, but I'll get on the line with my buddies and I'll see if anybody's headed that way. So he's out in the parking lot for like 20 minutes, and he comes back with some food for me and fruit, and he's like, here, no, take this. Jonathan, he was driving a big white rig. Just like the one in your video.
Shut the F up, dude.
I couldn't believe it. I almost fell out of my chair.
That's crazy.
I almost fell out of my chair, and I was just asking Billy. I'm like, Billy, do you think that's relevant? Should I put this in my testimony?
Oh, wow. Did you hear that, Zach?
And all of a sudden, your video pops up, and you show the big white truck, and I'm like, no way.
Man, this is so deep. This sounds like it was a conspiracy to kill you and to frame me or something. That's what it looks like.
It's something like
Or
that.
did you see? Well, did you see that? I mean, you saw that YouTube channels, everything 6 months ago. Isn't that when you said you met this lunatic?
Just a little bit more. Maybe it was like 7 or 8 months.
Well, that sounds then he starts forming. You see what I mean? What's going on? Okay, so check it out. He had a YouTube channel since 2011. Well, since 2011, you didn't post any videos at all? But then all of a sudden, 6 months ago, when all this weird shit's happening to Richard, all of a sudden he's got 2 video, the one from 2011, he starts populating with Jonathan Kleck stuff. What? And then he starts another one right there in February, and 6 months ago as well. Everything 6 months, 6 months. Do you see it? Yeah. So
He's also taken down because he had put together some combination playlists of your stuff and my stuff together. And he's like, Rich, you need to copy this stuff and put it on yours. And there was combination of the mission.
Oh, wow. He was telling you to combination our stuff to tie us together, dude. Wow, Ray, this guy's an evil dude. I saw someone sent me an email. Like I want to talk a little softer. I keep thinking I need to yell just to make sure everything's, comes through audio wise. But I'm going to tone it all down because I've been listening to the audios and I'm like, dude, quit yelling. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's see. So the let's see, where was my brain going? What's the last thing you said? The
combination of tying us together.
Yeah, so this trying to tie us together stuff, isn't it weird? Because look, when did your wife get this restraining order thing with my name on it, with Jeff's name on it? I mean, why would she say Jeff is a handler and I'm a cult leader? I mean, that's weird, Richard. I mean, I don't know where anyone would come up with that unless someone else is telling them that, right?
I think Donna was the first one to put the cult leader concept.
Okay, so how long ago has all this restraining order stuff? When did that happen? I can go look at the dates, but can you just give me a general idea? How long ago was that?
It wasn't long ago. It was probably like 8 weeks ago. It was.
Oh, wow. That was like 8 weeks ago?
Right at the time that Jeff came to the house.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. So at the time Jeff was showing up at your house, the restraining order was going in. Yeah, Richard, you need to tell Billy everything you know about everything. Because, again, I mean, See, I'm finding out about this, what, 5 days ago? I'm like, what's going on? I got these 2 checks, and obviously he was using the checks to try and tie me to him. It looks like there's got to be other people involved to me. I mean, I don't know what else to think. That white truck was sitting there. Zach knows. I was like, "Look, man, I just have this feeling like the Lord saying, do not go knock on that white truck. Like someone may just open fire. That's why I photographed the front, and then I drove past it and made a U-E and came back and photographed the back of the truck, just so I would have, a record that that truck was there, because it was so conspicuous. Zach sitting right here.
There's no coincidences, right? And it just so happens that the first interaction that I had with that trucking group that was renting me in the orchard, the white truck.
Dude, that's insane. I wish. So, Richard, let me ask you this. You're like your phone, right? So, when you got drug off from, I mean, I don't want to ask you like a bunch of embarrassing personal questions, but you said you were dressed in green boxer shorts. Did he?
Yeah, no, I was like literally sleeping outside, right? And he's like, you know, when you're going to be out in the cold, because the whole position was this, Jonathan. Like, I was going to be homeless. He's like, you're going to be out there in the cold. You're going to have to suck it up. You're a pussy. You got to.
This guy's a freaking loon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was out there with a sweatshirt and literally lime green boxers. It's something boxers I would wear to bed. You know what I mean?
Right, I gotcha.
And then he basically is like, lock the door. I had no blankets and I was freezing. And I went to the trash and there's a cardboard box. I wrapped myself with that. And then he came out. He was like, I didn't say you could have a cardboard. He ripped it off. And by then, Jonathan, I was like, literally, slams me down. And that he's like, that's it. Looks like the Lord's telling you to leave the house tonight. And he slams me down.
He keeps saying this. Lord is telling him to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like watching the movie Nefarious.
Yeah.
This is freaking crazy. You need to get all this. Is this in the statement?
It's going to be, yeah.
And you need to get this written up, guys. You need to get this whole thing written up, get it in, go to a post office, send it certified, return receipt requested, to your sister. So we, that she got a receipt. You can send the return receipt to make, you know what a return receipt requested is. You've been around long enough, right?
Yeah.
Put wherever, like you can send the return receipt to me, or to your sister, or to both of us, or to just whoever you trust, to make sure that there's documentation of you sending it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't just go in there and, some people are writing comments. Well, how do you know you can trust certain people at the El Dorado Police Department? The answer is, I don't know. I thought it was weird. People weren't calling me back. Somebody said potentially that Deputy Murmod was on one of the family's Facebook pages. I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you some of the stuff that's come in. We're, like I said, we're putting stuff in the folders. All the recording stuff. You guys can go look at every single picture that's there, listen to everything, every recording I've made that I've put in there. I've kept a couple of them out, like your sister, because I told her, she made me give her word that I wouldn't put her. I had a hour conversation with her in a video. On a phone call. I had an hour phone call with her, and she and I were butting heads for about an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was just kind of telling her I wasn't going to put up with her crap. Anyway, so I told her, I gave her my word. I said, I won't put this on YouTube. And then the policeman, Deputy Murmod, was texting me tonight, hey, what's the reason you can't give me Richard's number? And I'm like, well, I recorded calling Rich up, and I sent you the recording of Rich saying, he wanted to get it ready for the police. And so I texted the deputy and I said, well, I sent you the recording of Rich telling you what he was going to do. And then he didn't respond. So then I said, well, I gave Rich my word. I wouldn't give up his one cell phone number. So I gave you my word. So I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't care if they're trying to squeeze me. I'm concerned about your well being, and I don't know who all is involved in this.
So, Johnny, we're going to a very small police.
Okay.
Make it brief, and we're going to get in and out.
Okay, well then you know what I mean, but man, send whatever information you compile right now, whatever thing you put together, you make sure you send it to several different people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, a lot of people, it's too coincidental that this guy, oh, hey, Richard, he comes in and takes over your life. God said this and God said that. This guy's a nut. He's not hearing from the Lord. The Lord doesn't have me ever do anything mean to anybody, does he, Zach? No. Never. I just help people. I'll give people what I have, whatever. If I have it and they need it, here you go. What can I do to help you? But I would never do something that would harm someone like that. That's crazy. That's nuts. He's all, treating you like you're some dog, and then he carts you off. Let me ask you this. So I heard he was caught, or someone saw him leaving your place last night, I think. Did you read that from Eric?
No.
With a suitcase and some other bag, like he was going, and then he returned without it. Do you know what he might have been taking out of there?
Probably all my stuff.
Yeah.
My laptop and all the rest of my clothing.
Yeah, he is probably trying to disappear any evidence that.
Somebody's got eyes on him at Richard's house.
Yeah, someone like your sister has one of the neighbors watching the house. She said that what your sister told me is after once I remember when I nailed him to the wall and he admitted, yes, I was like, good God, this guy, no, I didn't kidnap Richard. Well, did you tie him up? And well, the Lord told me to. And I think I said, that's enough of that. Quit saying that. And then yes or no, did you tie him up? And he goes, yes. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so anyway, so there he was. And then after he did that, I heard after that happened, your sister called me at like 1 a.m. my time. And she said, Jonathan, we need to get a hold of Richard now. And I was like, I just fell asleep, April, and we had the headbutting contest earlier. And I said, April, I just fell asleep. She goes, well, there's that guy, Jeff, he's leaving Richard's house with like, a suitcase. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to do, April? What do you want me to do? I mean, Richard's 2 hours away from you right now. So what could he do? So anyway, I was like, well, don't worry, we're going to catch this guy. So I called her in the morning, I think. I can't remember exactly, but I got back in touch. So anyway, so then the neighbor said that he left with like a suitcase and a bag and came back with nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So we need to get you in front of some cops so you can tell them everything you know. And, the way this guy lured you in, whatever. Then he told you that he had sent me 2 checks, like one a day after the other one.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. And then he's like, Johnny should be probably calling me anytime, But he also had a plan about the house and Corey and Zach and you living there.
What the hell is that all about? Listen, guys. Corey's in bed, but Zach's right here. Zach, is there any way that we would ever pack up and leave here that you can imagine?
No.
We're like the 3 Musketeers over here. We are. We're just like we do our thing, and we have Catopia now with 8 cats that we're responsible for. And we got Bowie the dog, and I've got my kids within reaching distance here, and this is where I'm at. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be moved. I mean, that's just delusional, crazy, just to think that I would go out to California and move in with him. I would never do that.
But it's delusional, and he's He's manipulating Richard. Is what he's doing. He's giving feeding a bunch of stuff to him. But he constantly dropped kind of hints. He's like, I have a sense who I'm preparing this house for, and he kept saying that. And then one day he's just like, well, it's Jonathan.
What?
And he's like, yeah. He's got internet access all set up. He's got EMP protection in the closet for your computer equipment and all that stuff. And then I told you this. I said that I had ordered some stickers for my truck, which is John 3:16, and then Jesus is coming. And he said that he went in there to pray on whether or not that you were coming to the house, and he said he wanted a confirmation, and then he found this little box and he opened it up, and it was 3:16, and Jesus was coming, and that's your birthday. And he goes, this is the confirmation that I just got. And he's like,
so he was just working you with this stuff. And
I think so.
Oh no, I know so because Zach knows me. Zach, would I go out there and say, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do"? Not in a million years, dude. I was like, no. I have had people that said, oh, God told me to tell you this. Karen Sullivan, her sister, did that one time when I went over to their mom's house, Edith. And I looked at her, I said, don't ever do that to me. Don't ever tell me God told you something to tell to me. I don't need anyone to tell me. Trust me. Yeah. And so for him to be saying that kind of stuff is just, he got inside your head and he started working you. And there was a very nefarious plan. And it looks like it's just rooted in principalities of darkness because it looks like other people are involved for sure in this. And I can't imagine how there's not other people involved.
In fact, your truck got broken into and there was a 18-wheeler outside of it.
Yeah, it was like, it was literally parked right there looking right at my truck within 20, 30 yards with really nothing in between my truck and that truck. There was nothing in between us. It was a wide open lane. I mean, if he would have just punched it, he could have run right over my truck by broadsiding me. And I was like, and I told the guys, I go, that's way too conspicuous. This truck over here. And I was like, and Zach said, well, he may have seen something. You said that, right?
So,
and I said, yeah, but no, my senses are telling me, do not go over there. Do not. I was like, do not. No, I'm here. And then I started buzzing. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting of a witness of the Spirit. We need to just grab our stuff and go because this could be a drive-by now. A drive-by type shooting. I don't know. Yeah, but they were so interested in rifling through my truck. It's like they were looking for something. Who knows? They may have taken something.
Yeah.
They did take something. The only thing missing from my car on my front dash, I have like emergency lights for if I'm ever on a runway because, my skydiving stuff. And sometimes I end up on a runway. And I was like, you know what? That's the only thing they took was my emergency lights that I had Velcroed to my dash. And they were seriously Velcroed on. And I mean, they had to yank the shit out of that thing to get it out of there. But they did. That's the only thing that was missing.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I find that really. Why would you steal my emergency lights? Like they look kind of like cop lights, but they're just for being on a runway. Or sometimes I've had people that are on the side of the road. I've used them to help other people and other stuff. But get out of the way. No. Anyway, but yeah, it's pretty funny that all the
ties into the whole the trucking trafficking industry.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're
I'm like trying to wrap my brain.
Me too. And then you said that he was going to go hand you over to trucking sex crap. Well, you told me that on the way from New Jersey when you went to pick him up, that he didn't he tell you he knew about the trucking sex trafficking industry?
Yeah. Yes.
What the? And so when he was kidnapping you, he was telling you, oh yeah, you're going to be sodomized at least once a night. From who?
Exactly.
From who?
And so, did you tell Jonathan how he reduced your food rations? Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. He's skinny. He's pretty sucked up, Jonathan. And I was preparing the whole backyard. I cleaned the whole back hill in the yard. I was digging. I was taking out roots. I took out all these trees so that we could put solar panels back there, fruit trees. And so I was working like a dog trying to get this house ready. He had me convinced.
Man, why didn't any of man? I wish you would have reached out to me, Richard. I wish you would have reached out to me through my my PO box. Said, Johnny, this is Richard Montbleu. Let me tell you what's going on.
I wish I had too.
Yeah, man, that would have been a moment. But I'll tell you what, everything happens for a reason. I believe, even as crazy as all this is, but this may crack open into something that our eyes are going to get as big as saucers, probably.
I think so too.
Yeah, this is nuts. But man, I'm, I'm still, this person of interest in some people's eyes, which is crazy. I'm like, what the hell do I have to do with this? Except he came in, took over your life, set up these fake YouTube things 6 months ago. Isn't it weird that Jim Sullivan is making these videos about how my followers are these evil bastards that, he did the video. I think he was talking about you, that one of the high profile click followers lost his. It's like Jim is it almost sounds like Jim is in some kind of league with this guy or something. It's really weird.
It's strange. It's high production, the music and everything else. There's too many coincidences.
I agree. I mean,
Conspiracy against you, both of you. Think about it, Jonathan.
That's what I was thinking. I looked at, 1 second, real quick. I looked at some of Richard's stuff and I go, wow, Richard does a really good job of repackaging what the Lord's given me. And you're a threat to them. Dude, the whole Vatican's a snake, guys. That's the largest fake religion in the world. And the guy speaking on the phone is a guy that unlocked it. And the guy that I'm talking to, Richard, is a guy that knows it's true and you have a really good skill set, I was noticing in your videos. I was like, wow, Richard's pretty good at delivering his video stuff.
You guys are number one on their list. Just know that. Who else is telling the absolute truth about everything?
So, well, that's what Corey said too. Corey's like, you know what, Johnny, you're the guy, man. Just that, you are, and I know I am. I'm the guy. I showed everyone all this stuff, but you're also someone that picked it up. But then you got mind screwed, and they sent like an agent into the mix, and then they tried to it looks like they were trying to murder you and frame me, is what it looks like.
It sounds like.
And then they took that, taking out both of us at the same time. That's what it looks like to me.
I think so too.
That's exactly what it looks like, and God knows who's involved. I mean, it is wild. Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, man, write out of your own words, and Billy, shoot, I got a giant hug for you, bro. Thank you for stepping up and helping and being such a trooper.
So much. Yeah, brother.
Man, well,
I'm giving a hug for you right now, bro.
Yeah, there you go. I'm buzzing all over. You buzzing? I'm buzzing, man.
Brother, I
love you guys. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Well, okay. Well, listen, Richard, you got a bunch of work to do, bro. And I want you to do a good job. And what we're going to do is, I went and bought this giant dry erase board. I mean, big one. And we went and got all these fucking markers, and we're like, okay, we're going to start taking dates. So I went and bought a bit like the big desk calendar where it's got all the days on it, and we're going to go back and we're going to start marking off what happened on what date. And, it's going to look like a spider web on the wall in here by the time we're done. Cause I want to try and piece together what's going on here.
Well, if I can help with that, I can certainly help.
Yeah, I need, when you can, that thing you put together, you send it to me, send it to your sister, send it with a return receipt requested. So anyone that gets it, they have to acknowledge they received it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no one can say, oh no, I didn't get it. What are you talking about? When I was in the court stuff with Marina and Lou, man, I documented everything, and that's how I won, because I told the truth and I documented things, and that's the way you win. You document your stuff and you just tell the truth. That's it.
Hey, Johnny, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you tell that police officer
Did you show him the video of Richard saying he's fine, he's safe, he's everything? And after that, he still says that he's a missing person.
Yes.
What is up with that?
What is up with that? I don't know. Here, yeah. So that again, like I said, and I know. See, every time I talk to y'all, I know that Deputy Murmad's going to hear what I'm saying right now. I know police departments are going to hear what I'm saying right now. So I'm just going to say, what I know. There's some people out there that have said, I believe in an email, that someone believes they saw Deputy Murmad in a Facebook post with one of your family members or something.
That's strange.
That
is way deeper than any of us know.
I'm afraid it's probably going to be way deeper than we're going to know. But remember, Richard, when I talked to you, in one of the first couple phone calls, and I was praying, and I said, "Look, the Lord showed me for you restoration." And then after you were telling me this, I walked over there, and boom, it said to set free and liberate. I was like, "Dude, do you think that's even possible?"
Sometimes just.
That's not even possible. Dude, that's not even possible. What's really interesting is the night I got saved, that's on YouTube. Man, I was surrounded by a nefarious police department that were walking at me going, "Oh, he was running like a deer to a feeder. It was like shooting a fish in the barrel." I was like, "What the hell is going on with you? You guys are all connected." It was weird. So, a lot of people have their Freemason theories and all that good stuff. I have another one called the Secret Policeman's Ball that Bono has. But, and like I said, everything I say I know is going to be listened to by cops and investigators. That's okay. But there's a lot of very strange stuff going on. But here's one thing that's obvious, that Richard, you weren't involved in anything bad, and neither was I. But somebody was involved in something very bad towards you, and it looks like they were trying to implicate me. And the answer is with Jeff Pesca, and who Jeff Pesca knows. Who does he know? Does he know the Sullivans? Does he know Gene Rebel? Who does he know? Do you know what I'm saying? Where did his phone calls go? What are his relationships? You know what I'm saying? That's where we're going to find out the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's just a sociopath. I don't think he just lost his mind. I think he's an agent.
I think he's a psychopath, but I also think he's one of the people that's willing to do whatever it takes to do whatever it takes. Yeah, he's a creepy dude, man. So yeah, so you guys watch your six, and then when you guys are ready, be ready to go in, drop your thing, do what you got to do, and send your stuff out to make sure your testimony is told. Regardless, no matter what, no matter where you go or where you drop it off, that someone else has it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So let's pray. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm buzzing. Okay.
Let's pray.
By the way, for anyone listening to this recording, when you hear me say I'm buzzing, what that means is there's like an electrical charge that happens when I lay hands on people or when I pray. Zach gets it, I get it, Corey gets it, a lot of people get it. It's a manifestation of the Holy Spirit. It's a buzzing sensation, tingling, and it's like getting the goosebumps over your whole body and inside your body. So for the record, I'm buzzing right now. And so that's that connection. So let's pray, guys. Heavenly Father, you have a way of making the crooked places straight, and you have a way of opening doors that other people can't open and shutting doors that other people can't shut. Lord, we're praying that you open the doors and shed light on everything that needs a light on it and bring to justice these people that are behind this. And please protect Richard, protect Billy, and protect Richard's children, my children, Zach, Corey, Richard's family members. Please keep everybody safe. But those that are responsible, please shine the light on them so that they can be brought into the open. Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, man. Like I said, I love you guys, and sorry about if I feel like I'm yelling in recordings, because we're all sitting around trying to make sure we get the audio, because I want to have a record of everything. If anybody says anything, I'll say, well, here it is right here. We're talking about it.
Hey, in your video we just watched, it seemed to us that maybe Richard needs to do another one. Is that right?
Well, no, see, I'd sent the first one Rich did to his sister. And, hey, this is for you, April, right? Because she was banging away at me. And I was trying to put her mind at ease so she could tell your parents or whatever, everyone just chill out. Richard's safe. But then your sister was very disingenuous and she had, let's see, I'll just read to you what happened real quick. Let me just make this into a record as well. So let's see, let me just pull it up. I don't want to butcher it. So let's see, where is April? It may be on this other phone. Yeah, hang on, it's on this other phone. Here we go. Just one sec. Oh, yep. Hang on 1 second. Okay, let me see. April, no, that's April's husband. He seems pretty nice. I like him. Out of everybody, he's the one that I kind of get along with the best. I think he just seems more legit. Let's see, where's April's freaking? No, hang on 1 sec. Billy, Cat, Jack, Zach, Billy, Button, oh, here we go. April Monblue. Okay, so she wrote, so I'd given her an update on you, I'm going to read you the update that I gave April, okay? She wrote, yesterday at 3:56 p.m., she wrote, what's going on? And then I wrote, I've had another very lengthy conversation with Richard, the person that was willing to pick him up. I didn't mention Billy's name. I just was talking about him. So anyway, and the person that was willing to pick him up. Richard listens to the recording of Jeff claiming that Richard was lying. Richard is very much agreeable to going to the police and his entire statement and letting them know everything concerning the entire situation. Also, the person that is with them has had an entire day to listen to Richard's story as well. I must say it is absolutely unbelievable and miraculous that Richard is okay after hearing his most recent conversation. I told him about what you had told me about wanting to take care of him, and he says out of all the family members, he trusts you the most, but still has trepidation in regards to being dropped off at your house as of yet. He has currently come up with a plan in order to have Jeff Pesca held accountable for everything that he's done. I have another extensive audio recording, and Richard is well aware that everything is being documented and is fully on board with trying to have Jeff arrested. I hope you're doing well today, and your brother sounds much better than he did the last couple of phone calls. He and the person that picked him up seemed to have a good rapport, and I enjoyed talking and enjoyed each other's company. Okay, thank you. I will continue to keep you informed as I am informed. Thank you. I wrote that to your sister, okay? And then your sister wrote back and she said, thank you for the update. I would like to speak to my brother to have a light conversation. So, see, she keeps pushing me. They're all trying to get your number.
Yeah.
I gave you my word. Is it true I gave you my word I wouldn't give out your number?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and I won't. And so, and then I wrote her, I said, if he wants to speak with you, he has your number. And I told you I passed your message along. Take care. Because I was very clear. I said, April, I gave him your message about you want to take care of him. I even had a phone conversation with her about it as well. And then right after I wrote that to her, I wrote, if he wants to speak to you, he has your number, and I passed along your message. Take care. And then she wrote, from Flack, ... So she's sending it to someone, but she sent it to me on accident. She wrote, from Kleck. If he wants to speak to you, he has your number, and I told you I passed your message along. Take care. And then she wrote, he's blowing me off.
What?
Yeah, that's what she wrote. I was like, wait a minute. And then I called her up. I'm like, that's pretty messed up. So I'm trying to keep you totally informed. I'm being an open book, bringing your brother to a place of safety, giving him money, trying to get him to the police. And then because he won't call you right away, you're texting what I said to you to somebody else and you're saying she's blowing me off. I called her out. I was like, dude, you are so whack. That is so wrong. So now I don't trust your sister.
No. And I told you.
There's all this weird stuff going on. It's like, okay, well, that's a pretty rude thing to say about someone that's really trying his best to give you everything he's got.
Yeah, I really think they're going to grab me and try to put me in a mental institution, Jonathan. I think that's what they want me out of the picture. You're going to have them sign everything. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't doubt that because I know they tried to do that to me.
Yeah.
They tried to have me locked up and take everything I had. I had to go to the state hospital and stand in front of a judge, and there was no second medical on me. And they said, no, he's totally fine. Mr. Kleck's totally fine. And so they had to release me. And that's when I found out my parents had stolen all my stuff. They took my house and they took everything. And so that's why I see all these parallels. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But you look like you were targeted to be murdered, and I was targeted to be the patsy.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that.
Oh, no, it's too obvious. There's no way. There's too much evidence that says that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I just want you to know that we're completely here for you for whatever. You want to stay, with Billy, and you want to move around to other people's places. We will move you to where you feel safe, and we will help you financially. You don't need to worry about money. We will take care of whatever you need. I just want you to be safe, Richard. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. God
bless. Drive them anywhere. It doesn't matter.
You're so welcome, man. God bless you. I mean, like I said, I saw your videos, and I know you're a threat to those that, I've been exposing. And, when you go up against the Vatican, dude, I'm going up against I'm literally ratting out the angel of the bottomless pit. The Vatican's a snake, dude.
Yeah.
So that's not some lightweight job, and you're involved too. That's why I tell everybody, you better be real careful if you're going to pick up this mantle, guys.
I know. Trust me, when I asked the Lord what he was calling me to do, and he told me he wanted me to be a teacher, I cried. I was like, no.
No. Well, trust me, man. I tell everybody, I was like, people like, well, you're a prophet. I don't even like using the word, but it's true. But I mean, yeah, get in the car, Corey. The Lord said he's going to drive us somewhere. He takes us to the graveyard, says, look that way. It's all head down west. Everyone's head down. He makes me go to the right. The one stone you can read is Gallagher. He tells me, look it up, descendant of a foreign helper. I mean, is that even possible?
No. Everything that he puts you through
is in, 2 rocks in the middle of a riverbed in Chinati, whatever. 1 out of 100 trillion rocks is split in half. You could look 10 lifetimes and never find that. So anyway, and I'm the guy that showed everybody what being on the rock was. Isn't that crazy? That outside of my car it said "Let's rock," and then they bashed out all my windows. Yeah, this is a lot of people call it gang stalking, but this is bigger than that. This
feels like the principalities are.
Oh, this is like they're coming online. It's crazy. It's pretty fascinating. Well, remember the police car doors I've shown you from Austin, remember?
Yeah.
Man, Lord, keep us all, everybody protected. Lord, I know that anything happens that doesn't go through your hands. So your blessings and protection over Richard and Billy and all the people around here and everyone's children, no matter what, all the kids, keep them safe. Amen. Yeah. Well, I love you guys, and man, write it all out, Richard. Get it written. I want to read. I'm like, sounds like a really good novel. Yeah, man, we could write one hell of a crazy book. Just all we gotta do is tell the truth, and it's just here you go.
where I was being flushed out of the orchard by shotgun.
That is absolutely insane. I mean, that's just crazy.
And then they were actually in the orchard. I hear this radio go, Mike, and I was like, oh my God, they're here. They're in here.
Oh, wow.
And then the Lord just happens to lead me to this Christian couple, this black couple, who told me it's 1 in a billion chance that we picked you up, Rich. He's like, it never happens. And I was like, and I got to tell the whole story about my conversion, about my.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
What happened, and then I got to share the truth about your channel, about what's coming with the tsunami, where we're at. I mean, it was just.
Wow, that is just wild, man.
It was crazy.
I'm so glad that, man, they were gonna hurt you, and then they're probably gonna murder you, and then they're gonna try and plan something. And if they didn't get what they were looking for out of my car, like I said, they stole a light bar. That's the only thing they stole. But if there was a gun there, you probably would have, it probably would have been, oh, whose gun is that? Jonathan Clark. Oh, well, that's convenient. How do you get all the way out here to California? No, I swear my truck was broken into. Sure. It's crazy stuff, man. This Jeff Pesca guy's an evil son of a gun, man.
But they're stupid. Look at what he's been able to do already.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're in a park.
Well,
Scared to death right now.
they are probably freaking out. The thing about people like that is, though, once they feel that threatened, man, they're gonna try and finish the job too, so
Yeah.
so you guys gotta watch your six for sure. Be aware, be savvy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, you get that stuff written and get to wherever you guys plan on going to. Don't tell me right now because I'm recording all this, and if you don't want it to be disclosed, I'm not going to put this. I'm not putting this recording in the folders until you've gone to the police. Okay.
We're driving 4 hours away to a tiny little.
Okay. Don't. Hey, yeah, we're dead. Whatever. You guys go wherever you gotta go and do what you gotta do, but send out copies before you walk in that door.
Definitely. All right, Jonathan.
All right, love you guys, man. Be safe.
All right, take
All
care.
right, bye. Wow.